Yes, so what we are going to do in this EISSM classes, we'll go chapter by chapter and go and understand first the basics. Sometimes people will say, sir, I remember that question, but I do not remember the answer. I do not know from where that question is being asked. I thought it was out of portion. All these things you cannot say in an exam called CA, correct? Because we are in a professional examination. We need to exactly know from where it is coming. The most beautiful thing is they are not going to ask it in order. For example, chapter 1 will only be first question. No, it can be anything to anywhere. And the beauty is you are going to write EIS and SM in the same time. You are going to jumble it between 1.5 hours, 1.5 hours, and it will be the 7th paper that you are going to write. And you know, if you are writing both groups, how many days after that you are going to write EISSM? Almost 2 weeks. Then only you will be writing EISSM at all. If at all you are writing only second group also, it will be like easily your 6th or 7th day. So the perspective that we need to have is how easily we are able to cover up this. After auditing exam gets completed, you should know from where to start EISSM. You know what is our most of the problem? If you guys have written the first group also, if you are done with the first group, you will know like after accounting, okay, where am I going to start my law? Correct? When you have taken my law class, I would have told the same thing, because if you do not know the starting point, you will never know how to end. You will keep on be studying till the examination gets started. That shouldn't be the perspective. So what is the base for today's class? The base for today is very simple. Expansions of the chapters. What are the questions and heads of questions that you are going to cover in the chapter? And one-liners. We call it as one-liners. We don't call it as MCQs. When I say MCQ, we have choices. No choice is required when your concept has to be strong. So what is that? You will have to study it by way of filling the blanks, so that you will ensure that when it comes to your MCQs, if you see the options itself, you will have fun and you will be able to find the answer very easily. In just half an hour, you will pass the examination and go. Correct? Now, how quickly you can pass the examination? Guys, 3 hours is the exam. When will you pass the exam? 3 hours is the exam. When will you pass the exams? Sorry? You will have to pass it in 1 hour. You don't need 3 hours to pass the exam, correct or not? How 1 hour you can pass the exam? Any idea?
MCQ will be there, no sir.
MCQ will be there. How much marks? MCQ?
30 marks.
30 marks. Okay, let's not try to be too much on it. 30 out of 30, let's not try to get. Okay, leave some 1 or 2 marks to ICA. 30 out of 30, we can easily get. Let's take 28. How much marks is remaining for you to pass in EISSM? 12 marks. 12 marks, correct? 28 plus 12. I'm just telling you for you to pass, not for an exemption or whatever. Remaining 12 marks are there. How many minutes will you take for you to complete 12 mark and get that pass mark? Some half an hour. 3 questions you write. 4 into 3, 12 marks. 10 minutes you write one question, also half an hour. So when the exam timing is, for example, 2 o'clock to 5 o'clock, by 3 o'clock, you have already passed EISSM. Correct? So what you will do in the remaining 2 hours is to complete and get an exemption or more than an exemption and pass it. Now, this seems to be simple when I tell you. It seems even more easier when you implement it. Correct? That's what people have done in the EIS exams on different perspectives. How quickly you are able to get the MCQs. Now, you cannot sit with the whole book and cover one line for you to cover your MCQs. For that only what we have done, I will be giving you one-liners today. You will concentrate on it. Only what I am going to tell, you are going to write. Other things you will automatically be getting as a recording. Slowly sit and study and then write it and finish. This is our plan. Correct? When you sit now, for certain things, I will say, please write it and keep. For certain things, I say, listen to the video 2-3 times, then write. Because if I'm not making you write now, you will be sitting like this. You cannot sit like this for more than 45 minutes early in the morning. Correct? It is not going to happen. So when I make you write, you will have that flow. If you're only listening, your mind will be thinking something else. When sir will leave me, Will there be after time for me to have breakfast before the office? What breakfast they think? I think they are preparing upma or pongal. All this and all you will be thinking when I am not making you right. So that will never happen. So you need to ensure that you should write, but you should not write too much, because anyways you are going to get this video also. Correct? For people who are watching this, will be getting this video, and to ensure that we are making ourselves really, really strong. Okay. So now first thing that I will ask you is EAS, how many marks, guys? Totally 50 marks. 50.
50.
Is my voice audible? Yes. I wanted you to come back
Yes,
with an
sir.
answer. If you sit like this early in the morning, you know what will happen. Correct? I wanted you to reply back, not just to listen and go. Okay. So you need to understand. Okay. So what is that we are trying to do? I'm asking you questions. Try telling the answer. How much marks you are going to write for EAS?
50.
50 marks. SM?
50.
50 marks. Okay. EAS, how many chapters are there? 5 chapters are
5
there.
chapters.
Sir, all this I do not know, so only I have come to the class. Correct, I understand. But still, you should have got the institute material. You should open it and see. Okay. Now, what I will do is, shall we write all these things so that you can also write it as an introduction? So when you listen to the video, it should be a easy cakewalk for you. Okay. So what I'll do, I'll open up this. So I will. Is this sheet visible for you?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. So I'll make it bigger also, no issues. I am writing basics of EISSM. Okay, so I am making it bigger. I hope the font size is clear from here. Let me see if you're able to see this. Okay, guys, are you able to see this font? Is this font clear?
Yes.
Basics of EISSM. Now, I wanted you to tell me this. EIS, how much marks? 50 marks. Correct? SM, how much marks? 50 marks. Now, MCQ for EIS, how much marks? 15 marks. Correct? This and all is basics. Why I am still covering? Because for you to get the flow. So 15 marks. So theory, how much marks? 70 marks. Correct? Because MCQs are already covered with 30. 70 marks you are going to get. All these are fine. Now tell me in EAS, how many chapters are there? 5 chapters are there. In SM, how many chapters are there? 8 chapters are there. So totally, how many chapters are there? 13 chapters are there. How much marks you are going to write? 100 marks. Per chapter, average, how much marks? Guys, average, how much marks you are going to write? Per chapter. 100 divided by 13. Shall we keep like 10 marks? Okay, let's not try to keep it directly, but still some 8 to 9 marks. Okay, so I'm just telling you for a simple example. Average 9 marks means how many questions you can write in this 9 marks? Hardly some 3 questions. 3 questions per chapter. Now the perspective is very simple. Guys. I wanted you to put yourself in mute unless and until you are speaking back. Okay. So 3 questions per chapter. Now, don't you think it is easy or not easy? But the only perspective is you will ask me, sir, I do not know what is that 3 questions. So only I have come to the class. Correct? So if you know these 3 questions, why will you bother? So the perspective is, are we trying to understand that through the basics? So 3 questions per chapter is going to make your job really, really strong when it comes to EISSM. So please take down this initially. Take down this initially to ensure what do we have in the basics of EISSM. Take down this. Why am I writing this? You will know the base. But before all this, I will also write one more thing, which I usually write. What is that? Our motto of the class. Let's make it simple. Is what our motto is. You know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about your IT and SM. Let's make it simple, correct? So don't make it complicated, make it simple. So from the day one, I will make the subject simple. So ensure that you are also in the same track. So when the class gets completed, you should be ready for examination. Simple points we will try to make, and we will make ourselves really, really stronger. I use different colors for a simple reason. It will be attractive. It will make your psychologically your body and mind really strong. So write down this and complete. Why I wanted you to write this, you already know the reason. Guys, unless and until it is so important or emergency, don't switch off your video. Will you guys attend my class if I switch off my video and take the class? No, right? So that should happen the same from your side also. So maximum try to put yourself in the video on mode. Emergency situation, you are going out or somebody is coming to the room, all that is fine. At that time, you don't need to switch on. I understand. Maybe you can swap, but don't like attend the whole class sitting. You will never have that responsibility at all. You have kids, or if the kid is going to disturb you, or it is going to be, I know Safrun is like that. I know Nandini is like that. I can totally understand the situation. They don't need to explain, but unless and until there is going to be an emergency situation, don't put the video on. I know that sometimes a kid will come and sit on the lap. That time only it will play, it will take the notebook. I understand all that. So I'll be always okay with Safrun Nandini. So there is no problem. For other people, we need to be making it stronger. Yeah. So don't put that video off. Okay, now are we clear till this, guys? Are you getting a basic idea? Okay, now I'll ask you one question. How much mark do you maximum you can get in EISSM? Maximum how much you can get? Any idea? What is your plan? Guys, you cannot come to the class saying, sir, I wanted 40. You don't need to get 40 for by coming to the class and then getting 40. Minimum, what I would say is minimum, bare minimum exemption is what I would usually tell. What is your plan, guys? The more you speak, it is
70
better.
marks.
70 marks. Okay, good. Any other? What is your plan? Have you planned any time before that you wanted to get this much marks? 70 is quite okay. Good. Have you even planned? Guys, tell me your marks. What do you wanted to get? Now, why I am asking this is if you do not even know how much mark you are going to get, it is of waste of time sitting in the class. Correct? Generally, that's what we usually say. First, our vision has to be really strong. I am going to get 70 means then only your preparation will be accordingly there. If you even do not know what you are going to get, then we must start thinking about it. Don't you think so, guys? Now, why are you studying CA? I'll ask a bigger question. Why we will ask small question and all. Let me ask a bigger question. Why are you doing CA? Shweta will say, I don't know, sir. Maybe I wanted to become like another Shanmonathan, sir. So I wanted to become. So I asked Aarti. She says, I wanted to become another Hari, sir. I wanted to. So all that maybe we can keep that as one point, correct? But don't you think from your own individual perspective, you need to do? Now, if you ask me, why am I taking class? I will say the number one thing is we need to always be lively. Correct? Interacting with the students will make us updated. Number one, I will always enjoy teaching because that's become my passion. And indirectly, my passion has become my profession. So when you wanted to practice, taking law will help you really strong. Or at the end of all these days, I will not say I have come here to do service to the society. Also that, correct? I will not be denying the fact. Everything is important. Correct? Helping the students also is important. Yesterday, I have got almost some 50 to 60 calls after the exam got completed. Everybody said, sir, whatever you told in the class came, your concepts was very helpful, charts and diagrams was helpful, diagrams were helpful, mnemonics were helpful, all these things. When they say no, it is not equivalent to money at all, though they have paid, but still we have that satisfaction, correct? I need to ensure that I will always be live. So when somebody, your senior would have attended my class, still I would have taken the class for them. You guys are coming, still I am lively, correct? I will never feel like I am already getting older. I'll only be young and young because I am meeting the young minds here, correct? As a simple reason. Now, this is my vision. What is your vision? Have you even thought about it? You should try to start thinking now. What type of a CA are you going to become? Some people will say, sir, whether I will become CA itself is a question mark. Okay, some people will start thinking directly negative. They will say, sir, pandemic situation is there, economy is down, all that is fine. Pandemic situation, economy will not disturb one single individual, correct? Aishwarya wants to become a CA. Now you will not say that pandemic, because of that, I may or may not become a CA. Anand is thinking, economy is down, it is always depression. How will, what about your society and world? You think that you wanted to become a chartered accountant, correct? So the perspective is, if you do not know what you wanted to do in future, what you will do now? First, your mentality should be that you should pass November exam. Don't you think so? Sir, I do not know. Let me
Yes, sir.
see. I will give one try. This and all people say when they come and attend CA class. They say, what is there to try? Write one time, finish it and go. Try and try until you succeed and all. A general proverb. Don't do that for CA. Not necessary, right? When you're conceptually strong, the more importantly, are you enjoying the class? Correct? If you don't like me, you will never come to the next day class. Let's take for an example. Now, Sesha do not like my class. Example, I will say. Next day, waking up early in the morning for 6:30 class, he'll be like scratching his head whether to attend today or not. What he is going to take? He is going to take only MCQ. Today, if I'm not happening also, anyways, he will give me recorded video. So I can eat. So all this, mind and body will start having a fight. Now, if you enjoy the class, you will feel like, okay, something we are going to learn. Let's make it really strong. Why will we wait for a video? We will cover all this when there is a live session happening so that we can interact and make it strong, correct? So don't you think this will be helpful for you to do? First, enjoy the subject and then automatically costing an FM. If you go to Hari sir, you will start enjoying the subject. You will never feel like you are inside the class and somebody will be getting scolding. Somebody will be like, some calculation you will do. Everybody will be getting 100, you will get 10,500 rupees as amount. You will get scolding, you will not know how calculator is working, correct? All these things will happen, chaos will happen, and it is going to be there. So for each and every faculty, Shanmuna answer says it will be like more like a Zen mode class, correct? It will be like so silent. You will ensure you are already in Ilayaraja's musical combos room, so you will always feel that serenity when you go and attend Shanmuna answer class. So that is different, correct? Because also sir class, if you close your eyes 1 second also, he will directly come and slap you, correct? So it will be like that for a class. If the moment he says soldier, you will be like already ready with the guns to blaze, correct? All these things will happen. Are you not enjoying all those classes? Different faculties will do different things, correct? So I will go in one mode, correct? I do not know what is my mode at all. It is not Zen mode also. It is not over Josh mode also. It is one way of covering things, correct? Sometimes I speak more apart from the subject for a simple reason. At that time when the students are tired, I will have to do that. When some people are really strong, to make that ice breaking session, first we need to understand each other, right? If Anand do not like me, you will never feel like you wanted to attend the remaining EISSM. If you like it, you will start thinking about attending law classes or economics class and all. Accordingly, I'm just telling you, so enjoy the subject. If you don't enjoy, the subject will not come to you. Guys, you are getting one dog, okay? You are sitting quietly for 4 or 5 days without even trying to cuddle and meddle with that. Okay, will it even come to you? No. But when you start enjoying, when you know how to handle it accordingly, automatically it will come and sit on your lap without even you asking it to do. EISSM is like that. You start enjoying, automatically it will come and sit on your lap. You don't need to do anything, just enjoy. Correct? You don't go to the film or the cinema theater to sleep and come, correct? Unless and until it is a Samma Mokka movie, you will not sleep. Correct? You will say, sir, Samma Mokka, AC was fully on. I did not know what to do. I slept and came. Correct? You will never feel that. And do you think you will be able to do that in the class also? Sir, you start speaking. I do not know where I should go. I cannot switch off my video also. I am here opening my eyes and sleeping. Correct? So that shouldn't be the perspective. First, you should know how to do that. That's what I am trying to do today for the classes that we have for EISSM. First, we should know what is going to be there. Are we ready? Shall we go one after another? Okay. Now, the first thing is we are going to write the 5 chapters of EIS. Any idea? Can you tell any chapter that you remember? You would have opened the institute material when they gave you, correct? You passed your CPT or foundation. In truck, they would have brought you institute material from ICA, correct or not? For final, it will come in lorry. For inter, it will only come only in Tata Magic, small factory level only it will come. You got all that book, you opened all the book and you saw the number of pages and you slightly fainted also. And then you wrote your name saying CA Aishwarya, CA Sweta, CA Harisma, CA Madhu Hegde. So you wrote all these things. After that, we did not open, correct? Then you closed and said, let Saraswati Puja come and we will wait for the God to first start with the studies. Correct? All these things we try to do. But do you remember the name of the chapters, guys? Any chapter name can you tell me? Tell me from EISSM. Audit and assurance. Okay. So tell me from EISSM what chapter name you know. There are 5 chapters, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, yes. So e-commerce, I'll make it smaller. E-commerce, M-commerce, and emerging technologies. Okay, this is chapter number 1. Okay, very good. Second, fifth, this is the 4th chapter. Core banking system. Okay, CBS. Very good. Then
Core banking
system. Yes, we have written. Very good. Then I am not writing core banking system. Is my voice audible?
Yes.
Yes. Maybe there will be a slight fluctuation. I think you will be able to listen now. Yes. Core banking system. I am not writing it bigger.
Information system and its components.
Yes. So information system and its components. You can also see and tell that's okay. So information system and components. This is chapter number 3.
Its
okay.
Components.
Yes. BPA is first chapter. What is BPA, guys?
The voice is not on.
Business process automation. Second is going to be more like F and A. What is F and A? Finance and accounting systems. Finance and accounting, we call it as F and A. Now, is this easy to remember? First, we need to know the chapter names. So what is that? You don't need to write this and keep. You don't need to write this. Just understand that there are 5 chapters. What are the 5 chapters? Tell me the first chapter name. Business process automation. Second chapter. Finance and accounting systems. Third chapter, information system and components. Fourth chapter, e-commerce, M-commerce, and emerging technologies. Fifth is core banking system. Easy. Now, what you're doing is not copying. Now, can you remember it and write? You cannot copy paste in the exam, correct? Can you write all the 5 chapters name? Right, start writing. Start writing. Let me see how far you are able to remember. Quick, quick, quick. I wanted you to not just write the abbreviation, expand it and write. Don't write BPA, write it fully. Let me see how far you are able to remember. BPA. F and A.
Done, sir.
You're done? Very good. Now, what I will do is I will show this to make you really stronger on what is there for the chapters. What is BPA, guys? Expand BPA. Business process automation.
Business process automation.
Yes, finance and accounting systems. Put yourself in mute. I will itself tell because I'm getting different sounds. Yeah. So finance and accounting systems. Now, what is the IS information system and components? What is ECMC? E-commerce, M-commerce, and emerging technologies and core banking system. Are we clear till this? Okay. Now, what is the chapter that we are going to take? Chapter number 1. Shall we go and see what is there in chapter number 1? Guys, what is there? What is chapter number 1? Business process automation. Now, are you able to see what sheet I have opened? What is the sheet, guide? Expansions. Are you able to see the sheet? Yes. Are you able to see the sheet? Expansions. Now we should go and write the expansions. Now, can you guess? I'm just trying to make you guess so that it will be interesting. EBP. Any guess?
Processing.
Enterprise?
Business process.
Business process. This is just a try, guys. Your mind will play and sometimes tell you the answer correctly also. So I'm just making this guess so that it becomes interesting. I wanted you to answer coming back. Shall we write this, guys? Enterprise business process. Now, do you wanted to write? For expansions, guys, you don't need to write. You can write it later. Okay. Now, for the expansions, you don't need to write in the notebook because you are anyways going to get this video. You can do it as a revision when you watch this video. Just tell me the answer by guessing it. Enough. Don't write anything. Just guess and tell me. Okay. EBP is what? Enterprise business process. Very good. EIS.
Enterprise
Information System.
Enterprise information system. Very good. Next. BPM. Any idea? You know BP. BP is what?
Management.
Business process. Very good. So business process management. Now, guys, generally what I can do, I can say you can copy paste from the notebook, but that's not the purpose. I'm making you guess so that you are able to get it really strong. So what is BPM? Business process management. Now guess what is BPA?
Business process
automation.
Business process automation. Very good. Good. Till now it is done. What is ERM? Expand the ERM. E, we know enterprise.
Enterprise resource
risk management. Are we clear till this? First, we should know the abbreviation and expansion. What is ERM? Enterprise risk management. SOX, I will tell you. Sarbanes-Oxley is what they will call it as SOX. This is one act in US which will talk about the security and other related things. Sarbanes-Oxley. This alone I will mark it in different color. Why? Quite unique to understand. Okay. Are you clear till 6? Enterprise business process, enterprise information system, business process management, business process automation, enterprise risk management, Sarbanes-Oxley. Or what we will do is we will complete some 10. Then you write. So it will be like continuously, you don't need to write along with me. Otherwise, you will not start thinking. Now we will do some 10 and then we will write. Are we clear? Yes. So you will also get a practice. P2P, any idea?
purchase.
Procure to pay. 2 is to TO, procure to pay. Guys, you know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about purchases. So in corporate, they will not say purchase department. You know what they will say? P2P department, procure to pay. Now I will add one more thing. Call it as RTP. Guys, what is RTP? Revision test paper. Correct? That's what you will say usually. Now that's not the answer. Requisition to pay. Again, I am talking about what department? Purchases department. So there are expansions like this. They will ask in 1 mark. Guys, what is our plan? How much marks we are going to get? Minimum 28 we are going to get. Don't you think we should become strong on all this? One time if you read this, it is enough. So what is RTP? Requisition to pay. Okay. What is OTC? Any idea?
Order to cash.
Order to cash. Correct or not? Order to cash. I am talking about what cycle? Sales life cycle. From customer order till collecting cash. So they call it as order to cash, which is called what department? Sales department. Are we clear? Why I am going and writing this quickly is because anyways you are going to read these life cycles when you watch the video. So it is going to make your job. I am only first telling you what and all is there so that you can write. ATR, any idea? Accounting to reporting. Now you know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about finance. Finance department, they will call it as ATR, accounting to reporting. All this they will ask in the exam. We need to be careful. Now, PO. In accounts, you will usually use this order. What order is this? PO.
Purchase order.
That's all. Purchase order. So you will try to use all this in the accounts. Now we have written some 10 expansions. Now can you write? Yes. Now, listen. Okay, first we will revise this. Shall we revise? Don't write now. Don't write now. Now tell me what is EBP? Enterprise Business Process. EIS. Enterprise Information System. Very good. BPM.
Business
Process management.
Business Process Management. BPA.
Business process automation.
Business Process Automation. ERM.
Enterprise risk management.
Enterprise Risk Management. Now, when you make this as fun, it is easy to study. If you do copy paste, it will become a normal class. Correct? SOX. Sarbanes-Oxley. I will show that. You can remember that. P2P.
Procure to pay.
Procure to pay. RTP.
Requisition to
Requisition to pay. OTC.
Order to cash.
Order to cash. ATR.
Accounting to
Accounting to reporting. PO.
According to reporting.
Yes.
According to reporting.
PO. Purchase
Accounting to
order.
reporting.
Yes. PO is purchase order. Now can you write this? Now can you write this? Yes, very good. Now can you write this? Yes. Better I will remove this. Let's see how far you are able to write without seeing. Maybe for Sarbanes-Oxley around, I will try to show you. That too, you can remember the spelling and write. Let me see how far you are able to remember. Start writing. I'm here only. You don't need to see me when you are writing and concentrating. So I'm putting my video off. Start writing. Let me see how quick you are able to write. Don't slit and slowly write like you are doing a handwriting competition. Like this, you need to do it in a quick speed. Like this 1-1 class, we will complete 1-1 chapters, MCQ or one-liners. We will improve the speed. Today is the first class, right? So first class, I am not going to push you too much, but still we will ensure we can make it stronger in the days to come. We will improve our speed. We can shift gears. Quickly write. Let me know how quick you are completing this. Quick, quick, quick.
Done.
Done. Very good. Two things are important. Your handwriting should be seen. Okay. Kori mari ezhudidada. Like how we do it in the last 10 minutes of the exam. Second is improve the speed. Only if you attend 100 marks, you can get easy exemption. If you write only for 80 marks, you cannot help. That too theory
Yes, sir.
subject. You are done very good. Good. Others?
Yes, sir.
Good. Gopi, good. Try to always challenge yourself in the speed. Correct. Early in the morning, if you are able to write, you can write anytime. Very good, Saffron. Good. Quickly. You need to be like Whisker. Good. Sesha is done. Good. Very good. Shall we go and show what is that?
Yeah.
Yes. So we are able to finish this 10. Correct. You will never have a problem in remembering this because you did not do Control C, Control V. Correct. You are thinking and writing. That should be the habit. Guys, psychologically, what we will say, don't keep on be studying. They will say, write it and see. Correct. Thinking and inking is what I will say. Don't always think, ink. Write and see. Correct. Accounts and all, you should not do audit. You should practice. Correct. So shall we go to the next level? Guys, are we ready? The remaining 10, if we study, we know the expansions of chapter number 1 we will complete. Now, GRN, any idea?
Goods requisition.
Goods requisition? Nota. Goods requisition. You will request the goods. Goods received note. Receipt note. Shall we write that? Goods received note. Yes. All this, when you do purchasing, you will try to prepare all this as a document. Goods received note. GRN. Now IT, guys, IT GC. In IT GC, IT, you know what is IT? General IT. Information technology. So this has got no problem. Can you tell me what is GC? General control. Very important for the exams as a short note. Information technology general control is important for your short notes question. They have taken all this from CA final syllabus. Previously in CA final, we had a paper called ISCA, Information Systems Control Audit. From there, they have put all this. So I know how important it is. I'm showing you now itself what and all is important, what is not important. Okay. Now I have one duty. I am not doing, but I'm giving it to all of you. What is that in English called?
Segregation.
Very good. Segregation of duties. Very good. Remaining and all, you will easily tell. HR, expansion.
Human
Resources. Anybody will tell this. FA.
fixed assets.
Fixed assets. Very good. DRS. Don't say Dhoni review system. Okay. Usually we say only DRS, right? What is this DRS? Director's responsibility statement. Have you studied this anywhere? First group people.
Law.
Law. Where? In law, where?
In
Don't tell in company law.
Management administration.
Sorry, come back. Where did you study this?
Management and administration chapter.
No, not in
Management and administration.
Auditor and auditors.
No, not in audit and
Audit and
auditors.
Books
Not
of
in
accounts.
management and administration,
Accounts
not in
of
audit and
companies.
auditors.
Accounts of companies.
Accounts of
In
companies.
accounts of companies. In accounts of companies. Can you tell me the section number in which you will study DRS?
Sir, I don't specifically remember. Is it 134?
Very good. 134. 134 is board report. Fantastic. Good one. 134 is board report. Board report includes DRS. It is chapter number 9 of Companies Act, which is your accounts of companies. Yes, guys, when we studied law, okay, I know you guys love law, but you need to not just love, you need to be continuously falling in love again and again. Only then you will remember when I ask a question like this. Otherwise, you know what you will say? Shall I tell your answer itself? Sir, I completed first group. It's been long time that I remember. Don't ask me that question. Correct? You guys are chartered accountants. When client comes, you will not say, sir, I completed CA 10 years before. Why are you asking capital gain calculation and all? I forgot me. You will tell. He will forget you. Correct? He will never become your client after that. You cannot say I forgot and all. Okay? 9 o'clock sharp. Somebody is making you reminding. No. Automatically it is going to be there. Even more important than food is going to be the thrust for law or the love for law. Correct? That's very important. Okay, what I'm going to write? Director's responsibility statement. You can ask me, sir, why are we reading all this here? Don't you think you will ask this question? This we studied in chapter 9. Why are we studying this? Any idea? Any business process automation you do for the company, for the compliance requirement, you need to ensure that you update that from the director's statement saying that this is what we have adopted for this particular financial year. You will update that in the board report. It will be annexed to the auditor's report. So automatically through financial statements, it will come and then it will be there in the books of accounts. So indirectly in this one word, I am connecting section 128, 129, 132, 133. 132 is what? 133 is what? Accounting standards. Because of your complaints on accounting standards, you have NFRA. Yes, 132. 129 only is financial statements. Based on financial statements, what is the base for financial statement? Books of accounts. So 128. So only one word I am telling. See how many sections I am connecting. This will become a practice. Only one thing. Enjoy the subject, you will remember. You don't need to mug up. Am I mugging up? No. So automatically it should come. So director's responsibility statement. Quite an important thing for the law and for this. This I will tell you guys. See what I'm doing here. I am marking all this in green color. Now ITGC I am marked in green color. Why? So important from the exams perspective. Okay. Now, am I marking anything else? ERM, I am marking it important. Many questions will come from the examination, so be stronger. Are we clear? RTP, P2P and OTC, I am marking life cycle question they are asking. Please write it now itself. ERM, see what I am writing. Q and A. Why? Many question and answers are there. P2P, I am saying life cycles. Why? Life cycle question they'll ask in MCQ. OTC, why I have marked life cycle question they will ask. ITGC, BPA is so important. BPA, many questions are there. So many questions are there. I am not surprised that if 2 questions come in the exam also in BPA, so very important. So I will mark the whole thing saying BPA is A category. See what I'm writing here, guys. I am writing it as a category. A category means what? Most important head of question. Business process and all, I am not giving too much importance. Though it is there, but you should know which will be mostly covering. Guys, I'll ask you this question. 35 marks is apart from MCQ. How many questions you can get maximum in the 35 marks? Can you guess and tell me? Some 7-8 questions?
10.
10 questions, maximum 10 questions out of 5 chapters, and this much level of concepts, only you are going to get 10 questions. What is the page number of your EAS? It will go some 400 pages. From 400 pages, they are going to ask only 10 questions per attempt. Now, don't you think you should know what is A category, B category, and C category? What is A category, guys? Most important. What is B category? Quite important, but not always they'll ask. C category, only for concept, not majorly for exam. Only for concept. Okay, that does not mean I'm making you leave that in choice and go. But you will give very less priority. Correct? So you should know what is going to be ABC category, right? Okay, ITGC. What I'm writing here? I'm writing SN. What is SN, guys? Short notes. You know what they will ask you? Write short note on ITGC. That's all, 4 mark. So you need to know how you will have to do this. SOD, segregation of duties, this and all we have already done. This and all is life cycle, guys. I am not marking in color. See, I am just telling you what is going to be there. Not a so important question, but still it is all B category. I'll use some other color for B category. I'll use maybe this color for B category. A category, I'm marking it in green. COSO. Shall we write COSO? Very important from the exams perspective. Committee of Sponsoring Organization. Please write along with me. Please write till this. If you are done till 11, I wanted you to write all this. COSO is Committee of Sponsoring Organization. Guys, you will not have this expansion in book also. They will only say COSO framework. If you read auditing, you will have a connect here. They will connect this with SA 315, 315. If you have studied auditing, you know that 315 is quite important for the risk and control. That's what we are saying, internal control. So Committee of Sponsoring Organization, I am writing here I.C. What is IC, guys? Internal control. So important, one question is going to be damn sure. Now I am connecting 17. See what I am doing, guys. I am connecting 17 with 5. Why am I connecting 17 with 5? Because internal control also means the same. Risk management also means the same. When I manage the risk, what I get? Control. I am managing the risk. So am I getting control? Both are almost the same. Conceptually, is going to be the same. Answers slightly, points will get different. Are we clear till now? Yes. IFC, Internal Financial Controls.
Internal financial.
Yes. So whenever you try to do an audit, now guys, I am connecting with your audit and assurance. What type of audit you guys are doing now? Are you doing a line-based audit? Line by line are doing audit? No, you are calculating based on the risk. You remember auditing, if at all you are going to study auditing, there will be 3 types of risk. I will tell you, you can remember. Inherent risk.
143 IE, sir.
Sorry? Sorry,
143 3 class IE.
I am getting struck. I am not able to listen to him fully. I do not know. Internal financial controls. Come back again. I didn't get you.
So section 143, subsection 3, clause I, sir.
Correct.
Internal
Financial controls 143. Because when you are talking about that, automatically powers and duties of auditors will come. Correct? Undoubtedly 143. So internal financial controls. Here they are not going to talk about one control. It is not going to be talking about financial control. They are internal financial controls. So you can try to remember that. Okay. Now you are done with this. Now next. Sensitive personal data information. SPDI again for short notes. Short note question, sensitive personal data information. Important short notes, I'll mark it in green. A category. Are we clear till this, guys? Now you have an act to study. I already told Companies Act 2013, correct? Because there only you will get director responsibility statement. And what did we connect, guys? I told section 134. Yes, we were talking about the board report and we were making it strong. Now what is IT Act? Information Technology Act 2000. Information Technology Act 2000. Are you able to get this? Guys, is my voice visible? Now there will be a slight fluctuation. I hope now you will be able to listen to me. Information Technology Act 2000. What is the last one? Data flow diagrams. This is again for a short note question. And I will mark this in green color. Data flow diagrams. These are the expansions that we have got. Are we clear till this? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Now, what we have done is we have done the basics of the expansions. Now, what I will do is today, because it's the first day, I'll give you a 10 minutes break. Okay. So what we will do is when we come back, we will cover the heads of business process automation. See what I have written here. Are you able to see the sheet? Guys, are you able to see the sheet?
Sure.
What is that we are going to cover? Heads of business process automation. What does that mean? What are the questions that we have under each head? So if you know some 8 heads are there, you will be able to complete chapter number 1 like this. So we will come and do this after the break. We will finish this and then we will go to one-liners or MCQ. Are we clear? Shall we do that? Yes. So what is that? So what is the, we are going to do is, what are the heads and what are the questions relating to that? And that's what we are going to cover. So this, if you know what is going to happen, you can accordingly frame your studying time. Now, what generally we do, guys, generally any subject, any theory subject, will you know what is there in the index or you will go directly to the concept? You will know what is there in the index. But in index, they will not tell you the segregation of questions. Don't you think so? They will not say anything. They will say these are the hits. Now, what will happen if you know the segregation of questions like this? You will be very comfortable saying, Appa, beyond this, there is nothing in this chapter number 1. So if I segregate based on the category, it becomes very easy. Correct? Now, that's what we have. There are only some 8 heads that we need to remember for chapter number 1. Don't you think it is easy? Yes, out of this hardly 3-4 questions will come. Now, first I will explain you. Don't write anything. Just take it inside your head. Then you can take it in the notebook. Okay, first into the brain and then into the notebook. Concentrate, don't write anything. I'll give you time. Take 10 minutes to write. Okay, no issues. What is the first one? Enterprise business process. You are going to talk about a model called enterprise business process model. You will have a diagram. And you need to connect that with your strategic management. Vision, mission, objectives, and goals are 4 important concepts in your EISSM. See what I am connecting. I am connecting EIS with EISSM. So that is one model that is there as a diagram. Second is, what are the categories of business process? Now let's take for an example. You will have some activity which is day-to-day functioning. There are many departments, right? Guys, can you tell me some department names? What are the departments you know? Can you tell me the names of the departments?
Department,
Sorry, what? Come back.
purchase department,
Purchase department, very
Sales
good.
Department, finance
Sales
department.
department, finance department, very
HR
good.
department,
HR department, very good. Logistics department, there are many things. Will you try to use all the departments every day? Not necessary. So there are some operational process, there are some business process. Like that, you will have categories of business process. This is one set of question. Are we clear? What is the second one? BPA expansion. Tell me the expansion of BPA.
business process,
Process automation.
Process automation. Very good. So business process automation. In that, you will have various questions. Don't you think I told this as an A category? Yes, please mark this as a category when you write. We have already told. See how many questions we have got. We are having meaning, factors, benefits, which should be automated. What are the challenges in business process automation? How will you implement a business process? See how many concepts you have got. Almost some 6 to 7 questions we have got. One question is going to be there for the examination for sure. Yes. So one question. Now, how will you categorize? Guys, I will say this, you can take this as a 1 hour list when you study for exam. What is this 1 hour list? Only BPA you will study for 1 hour. All the questions, one question is going to be there for the exam. You can crack like easily in the examination. Like that, I will give you different categories of 1 hour list. Now let's take for an example. Time is 8 o'clock. Okay, 8 to 9. You are going to study EISSM means I will say 1 hour list. Take that as a business process automation. So when you study like that, it becomes very easy. So you can remember these questions. Next, risk and control are major for our EIS. So risk related questions. What are the characteristics of the risk? What are the types of risk? Both are different. What are the terms that you use in risk and what are the strategies? Guys, you know what is more important here? Question itself will sometimes confuse. If you do not know what the question is, you will definitely not know what the answer is. So characteristics, you have one answer. Types 1, terms 1, strategies 1. So please try to remember that this also is A category. ERM. Expand ERM, guys. Enterprise risk management. Now again, there is a good chance that they can ask one question. It can either be a benefit or a framework or component. Now when I say ERM, I will connect that with COSO framework. Guys, tell me expansion of COSO.
committee of
Sponsoring organization. So that you will have as a 3 question: benefits, frameworks, and components. Now see how many C's here. Challenges is there, characteristics is there, components is there, framework is there. All this when you sit in the exam, it will rotate unless and until you are differentiating the answer properly. Now you feel, sir, only 8 head of question, not a big deal, we can easily remember. Correct. When it is only one chapter, you remember. All the 18 chapters, it will be different. And that too, when you are writing this as the 7th exam, it is completely different. And that too, if you are writing continuously 15 days of the exam, it is completely different. I will not say it is tough. It will be different. So we need to plan accordingly to make you remember. The only then, see, law, I have not told too much on all this because it is the 2nd exam. Accounts, anyways, you would have studied some 2-3 days and go and write it and come. 2nd exam itself is law. So when I took law classes, I would not have told all this. But when it comes to EISSM and economics, I will tell because I handle both the subjects and I know how easy or how tricky the questions will be when it comes to EISSM. So ERM, 3 questions will be there. Next, control. See how many controls are there. Objectives to mitigate the risk. Guys, listen carefully. Listen carefully. In control, there are 2 questions which will be highly confusing. Shall I tell you what is that? Objectives of control. See what I am writing. Objectives of control. Objectives of control to mitigate the risk. Like that, there are two questions. What is this? Objectives of control will be covering this in chapter number 3. This you will study to mitigate the risk in chapter number 1. Now, when you go and sit in the examination, the moment when you go and read objectives of control, if you don't know this differentiation, you will write something and come. And you will say, sir, for that I will get easily 60 marks. Like that, 2-3 questions you miss like this, you will come to 45 or 40. Now, this confusing questions also I will give you in the class. When we discuss also, I will tell you this. So this type of questions, we need to separately write it and remember. Are we clear? So now I am talking about objectives to mitigate the risk and not only objectives of control. What is next one? IT control. What is ITGC, guys? ITGC, Information Technology General Control.
General controls.
Listen carefully. IT control is different from ITGC. ITC is different. IFC is different. What is IFC?
Internal finance control.
Internal financial control. Internal financial control is different from information technology control. Information technology control is different from information technology general control. Internal financial control is different from internal control. Are you guys understanding what I'm saying? Shall I repeat again? Simple, guys. Control is one concept. In control, you will have internal control and internal financial control. Okay. In information technology, you will have IT control and IT general control. Now, all these are different concepts. Shall I write this so that you can make yourself easy? Yes, guys, see what I'm writing here. I am writing the word control. Then I am saying internal control. Then I am saying internal
Finance control.
financial control. Then I am saying
ID control.
IT control. Then I am saying IT general control. When I say internal control, I say COSO. When I say COSO, I connect with ERM. Guys, are you getting the link? Now, just think, if I am not explaining all this now, think what will be your position in the examination hall. You will not know what you are thinking also, correct? It will be highly confusing if you don't know this difference. Can you please take down these differences? Not now, later. Not now, later. First, we will cover the whole things. This heading you can try to remember as control, and you can remember this. These are the ways that you should try to remember. Yes. Now, I will not stop here. I will add one more thing, which is called internal control system. Internal control is different. Internal control system is different. Small concepts change only, but still you should differentiate all this. Shall we go to the previous one? Okay. Now, objectives of control is different. Objectives of control to mitigate the risk is different. Objectives of control is chapter number 3. Guys, what is chapter number 3? Quickly.
Information system and its components.
Information system and its components. Fantastic. What is chapter number 1 that we are studying? Business process automation. Correct? Now, when you go to the corporate or when you are in employment, they will not say chapters and all. Correct? Concepts only is important. So go by concept, don't go by chapter. Why I am still telling you the chapter name? Because you should not blink to search where it is from. So only I am giving. Otherwise, I'll go only by concepts. I'll not go by chapters. Chapter is important for company law. Because when I say chapter 9, it is chapter 9 of not the material. It is chapter 9 of the Companies Act 2013. What is there for information technology? We don't have chapters and all, correct? Guys, section, chapter, schedules and all is only for actor, not for this, correct? Okay. See, what is that I'm saying? Objectives to mitigate the risk, IT control, IT general control, Internal control as per COSO, limits of internal control system. All the confusions in one simple place. Correct? Now, if you change the answer, they change your mark. So we need to be careful about this. Next. What is R and C? Risk and control of specific business process. Why I am shrinking like this? Only then you will be able to visualize and tell. Otherwise, you will write something else or the other. What is R and C of specific BP? Risk and control of specific business process. There are some levels. Okay, just write CMT. I'll expand it later. P2P. Expand to P2P.
Procurement to pay.
Procurement to pay. Otherwise called P2P is otherwise called
RTP.
RTP. Expand RTP.
Requisition to pay.
Requisition to pay. Very good. What is OTC?
Order to cash.
Order to cash. What department I am talking about?
Sales.
Sales department. Very good. So apart from purchase and sales, don't you think you will have inventory department? Stock. Correct? Inventory, HR, fixed assets, and general ledger. General ledger. You know this GL. Correct? Next is mapping system. So important. One question can come in short note. One is flow chart. Another is short notes. Flow chart. There are so many diagrams. Don't bother about that. I will tell you simple steps and teach you that if you study any flow chart problem, you can manage. Because it is like that where you will not get like 100 out of 100 marks in flow chart. So I would always suggest you keep that as a last option. Are you understanding what I'm saying? If at all you get flow chart, very rare that they are asking a flow chart. If at all they ask flow chart, keep that as a last option. If you don't know any questions, then implement the steps that I'm teaching you enough. Don't sit and waste time in practicing flow charts for the exam. It will not fetch you too much. I am again repeating, don't spend too much time on flow charts. Next, regulatory compliances. Guys, I already told you, Companies Act 2013 and IT Act, Information Technology Act 2000. Are we clear till this? Now, these are the heads of questions and these are the confusing questions. Shall we first write the heads? Can you take down your notebook and write? Because when you write only, you will get the grip. Write this down. So write the heading, heads of questions for BPA, Business Process Automation, chapter number 1. Start writing. I'll give you 5-10 minutes time. Neatly write. Because this only is your base factor for you to get an exemption. Start writing. Start writing. 5 to. Once you guys finish, then I will scroll down and show you the confusing questions list. Start writing. Don't bother about the CMT. I will tell you. Just write CMT. I will expand it once you finish. Remaining and all you guys know. Start writing. I'm here only. Any doubt you can shoot out once you write. I will be able to help you. Quick, quick, quick. 5-10 minutes. If you finish this, the whole chapter number 1 is over. Your concentration should be on the subject, so I am putting my video off. No other reasons. Concentrate on the questions. I don't wanted you to just copy, paste and go. Ensure that when you write EISSM, you should only think about getting a minimum exemption. Always have that in your head. I am visualizing, that's okay. You guys also should visualize. That's more important.
Sir, P2P is procure to pay or purchase to pay, sir.
Procure to pay. If you write purchase to pay, nothing wrong, but the actual expansion is procure to pay. Guys, you are done. Shall we go to the next level? Can you write the confusing questions?
Yes, sir.
Objectives of controls is different from objectives of control to mitigate the risk. And you can write the questions, related questions on control.
Finished, sir.
Very good. If you are done, then I can go to the MCQs. Correct?
Done, sir.
One-liners we can go. Now, at least you know the base of BPA. Some 1 hour before, we did not know from where we should start. Now you know the base of the first chapter. Beyond this, there is nothing in chapter 1. If there is anything, we will have to write a book on that. That's all. Already what is given from study material, we already know. So there is nothing more. That's what I'm trying to say. If everyone is completed, I think Anand is still writing. No issues. Quickly finish and then we'll start. Yes. If you're done, okay. So expansions we are done. Shall we go to the MCQs? Now you don't need to write anything. Okay, guys, I'll make this bigger. I hope the font size is very clear. Are you able to see this font size?
Yes, sir.
Yes, then it's fine. You don't need to write anything. So we can only try to remember this and make ourselves strong. If you are okay, then we will start with that. Are we ready? Yes. Okay. The first
Yes, sir.
thing, what I will do is when it is all relating to enterprise information system, I will use one color. Yes, so that it's easy when you watch this video. Why I am asking you not to take down this, because anyways you will have time to watch the video 2-3 times. When you listen to it, you will be able to get the concept really strong. Correct? So only I am not asking you to write. It is going to take too much of your time. You don't need to do that. When it is so important, I will cover. Now see how many one-liners I have got. I have got almost some. Just give me a minute. So I'm just fixing it. Yes, some 78 is there. Beyond this, there is nothing in the material. Apart from that, we need to write only question and answers. Only then we'll be able to complete. Don't you think this will be helpful? Definitely yes. Now, apart from this, am I going to give you MCQs itself? Yes, we have got a book. In that MCQ, you will have question and answers. Multiple choice questions are there. Answers also will be there. That also, if you study. Beyond this, there is nothing in MCQ that we should cover. You know what I'm trying to do? First, I'm making your 30 marks really strong. Just like that, you should not get 30 marks as a fluke. Inky, pinky, ponky, option A. Father had a donkey, option B will not help. If you know the concepts like this, we will be able to complete, because conceptually you are so strong and you know exactly what type of question should come. I will tell you, I will help you. We can accordingly take it stronger. Are we clear? Shall we go one after another? Yes. Now let's go one after another and seeing what is that. Let's see how far we are able to complete today. Remaining, we will try to complete in the next classes. Okay. Put yourself in mute. There will be nothing that you are going to answer. So I get different sounds. Put yourself in mute. Nothing to speak. Just concentrate and listen. Enterprise information system. We know that, correct? Enterprise information system, here they are saying any kind of information system which improves the functions of enterprise business process. What's the big deal? See, very simple. Information system. First, I will tell you what is information system. Guys, I'll ask you one question. Is this a system? What I am showing you, is this a system? Okay. Now I have a computer. Is that a system? Yes. For a system to function, what you should have? You can unmute and answer now alone. For a system to function, what you should have? This should live. Correct? What it should do? Unmute and answer. Only for this, then we can go mute. What is the first thing you will do?
Input and output.
Correct. So generally, we will try to eat. Correct? First, that's what we will say. Sir, sapunno. Sanga mukyama, soru mukyama, sorda mukyo. Correct. You eat. Okay. Then only people will say breathing. First breathing, first eating. Okay. So eating, breathing, correct. All the systems, nervous system, digestive system, all this should try to work. Correct. But from the general angle, you eat. Input. Digestion should happen. Processing. The next day, there should be output. Undoubtedly, there is no doubt. Correct. If any one stops also, for after 3-4 days, you will go automatically up. Correct? You will not be there here. The system should work when you have three process in three things: input, processing, output. Same for computer system. Input, process, and output. Any system you take, you should, don't you think you should have all these three things? We call this as IPO. In your law language, IPO is initial public offer. In your information technology, IPO is input, processing, and output. Now, what they are talking about, enterprise information system is a system which will improve the function of the business process. Only when the business process runs, you can cover your input, processing, and output stronger. That's what they are saying. Are you clear till this? Shall we go to the next one? What is the next one? See, when it is important, I'll mark it in red color. Remaining will only be in the normal color. What is the enterprise information system? Important benefits. So this you can keep that as a 5-mark question when you list it down. What and all they will say, business productivity will increase. Don't you think so? When you do the business process again and again, your productivity will increase. When the more productivity increases, it will reduce the cycle time. Correct? The time that you try to do. First, today you are studying first chapter. How many hours we are studying? More than for 2-3 hours we are studying. Last time revision you are doing before the exam. How many minutes you will complete chapter number 1? 15 minutes is enough. Correct? So reducing the cycle time because you are increasing your productivity. Now, most important thing is for any process, you will have a product development life cycle. Correct? Product development life cycle. So for that, guys, have you studied product development life cycle in costing? You have 4 stages. For a product life cycle, you have 4 stages. Can you tell me what are the 4 stages? Just try. Sorry, what?
Introduction,
Introduction, growth,
maturity,
aging,
aging.
decline. Correct? Guys, it is not for product, it is also for us. Correct? Introduction, growth. After a point of time, you will stop growing. Growing means only in the height size. This will keep on be growing. Then aging. You will slowly shrink and then you will go. Correct? So 4 stages: introduction, growth, maturity, decline, or aging. That's what here also they are saying as a product for enterprise process. You should know the market life cycle. Only then efficiency will be improved. Cost can be saved. Easy to remember. This is the benefit. So when I try to mark this, I'm marking it in red because for a simple reason, important for exams. You don't need to remember that, but you can write that now. You write enterprise information system benefits. Don't write the remaining and all. Write only what I'm asking you to write. Are we clear? Write only what I'm asking you to write so that it helps you. Benefits. Write the heading. Important question and answers. Important question and answers. What I'm saying, that alone, which I'm marking in red, that alone I wanted you to write. What do you do? Write 1, 2, 3 and write like one after another. See what I'm doing. I'm showing you as a point which is one after another. So you can write like this. 1, 2, 3. You can start writing and making it stop. Yes, like this you can put the number and write. When you know the concept, it's easy. Quickly write this, then we'll go to the next level. Benefits of enterprise information system. I am going a bit slow today. Next class, we'll be able to improve the speed.
Done, sir.
You are done. Very good. Now I am not going to make you write everything, but this I am freezing for 2-3 minutes so that fully you don't need to concentrate, fully you don't need to write. Shall we go to the next level if everyone is done?
Yes.
Okay, good. So the third one, enterprise information system, it provides a single system that is central to the organization. Very simple. It acts like more like a CPU, correct? What is CPU? Explain CPU.
Central processing.
Central processing unit. That's what enterprise information system will do to an organization. Nothing to remember. Next, it is a platform that enables the organization to integrate and coordinate the business. So what's the keyword I will mark? Integrate and coordinate the business. You don't need to write this because these are all simple points. Are we completing this? Next, see what I am going to mark here. See what I am going to mark. I am going to mark all this in a different color. Why? Can you tell me why? Everything is relating to business processes. Correct? So we'll go one after another. Guys, when I wanted to talk about business process, I will ask you one question. Business means what?
Being busy.
Being busy. Correct. So correct. Now Aarti is telling the definition which we are going to study in strategic management. Correct. Being busy. That's very important. Now generally what we will say, if somebody is coming back and disturbing you, you say, mind your own business. Correct. That's the easy way. That's a professional way of scolding one fellow. Correct. You cannot use bad words. Correct. So you will have to tell, mind your own business. That means what I am saying, you go and do your busy work. Make me busy. Don't come and disturb me. Correct. That's what Aarti started saying. Yes. What is that she is talking about as a definition that we have in strategic management? Now see, I am connecting EISSM with EIS. In strategic management, it is defined by a person called Peter F. Drucker. If you remember the name, Peter F. Drucker. Anyways, I will cover that when we go to EISSM. What is that he is saying? He is saying this, be busy. That means you are doing a business. Okay. Either do a regular occupation or a commercial activity. Then that means you are doing a business. Not necessary. It should be for profit making. That means you are doing a business. Guys, am I a businessman now? The answer is yes. Am I busy? Yes. Am I doing this teaching as a regular occupation or commercial activity? Yes. Yes, not commercial activity, but my regular occupation. Am I doing it only for profit making? No, not necessary. That also is important, but that alone is not important. Am I a businessman? Is what they are talking about as per that definition. Are we clear? Generally, if we say businessman, you will have a different perspective. Here, what I am saying three words. Guys, can you tell me what is that business I'm talking about? Busy, regular occupation or commercial activity, not for profit making. Can you write this? I will add this point here. What is that I'm saying here is, I'm saying what is business? See what I'm writing in capital letter. Business is defined by, write this. I wanted you to write this. Not everything you need to write, but this alone. Busy, regular occupation or commercial activity, not for profit making alone. Can you write this? I am shrinking it so that you can think and answer. What is that I am talking about? I am saying business is defined by a person called Peter F. Drucker. Don't write D-R-U-N. It becomes some other word. D-R-U-C-K-E-R. Okay. Yeah. Drucker. Business, busy, when you are busy or when you are doing a regular occupation or a commercial activity and not for profit making alone. I have brought all the one-liners from the material. Only what is important, I'll color in red color. Shall I color this in red? Definitely yes. What is so important, I'll definitely color in the red. So I hope this font size should be clear. If you are done with this, then I can go to the next level. Are you clear till this, guys? Are you getting a good idea on what is there in EAS? Slowly and steadily we will do. If you are done, shall I go to the next level?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
So
sir.
business process, what is this business process? I already told you. Business means it is going to be this. Okay, now see what I am doing. I am adding one more row and I am saying process. What is process? Converting input into output. That's all. We told input processing and output. What is processing? What your stomach will do? Convert input into output. Correct? So as simple as that. What a computer system will do, what a central processing unit will do, convert input into output. Everything is a system. So remember this also. If you know this, then business process is easy. Business process management is easy. Are you clear till this? Yes. So we'll go to the next level. Business process means what? It is an activity. I'm going slowly. See to the sheet, you will get the flow. Activities or set of activities that will accomplish a specific organizational goal. Guys, what I should underline now? Tell me the keyword. What I should underline?
Accomplish specific organization.
Accomplish specific what goal? Organizational goal. Goal. Are you clear? Remaining and all is story. This only they can ask you. How they can ask you in MCQ? Organizational goal, organizational objective, both A and B, none of these. Correct? Like that they can confuse. Are you clear why it is MCQ type? So you can cover specific organizational goal. Business process is a reflection of entities management process. That's why we call it as business process management. Correct or not? So we write BPM here. Why? It is the management process of business. Okay, next. Business process management helps the organization to achieve 3 E's. Guys, what I'm writing here? E, E, E. What is 3 E? Effectiveness, efficiency, and economy. This they will ask you, so important. So please write this and keep. I am telling only something which is important. Remaining at all is only for you to understand the concept. Please write this and keep. Business process management will help the organization to achieve 3 E's. What are the 3 E? Efficiency, effectiveness, and economy. Please write this and keep. You know, when I mark in red color, it is writing. It is for you to write. I'll quickly have water. Give me a minute. You're done with this, guys? Next, we'll go. Business process management. Guys, do you have a time to process the management? Only 8 hours, 9 hours shift and all? No, it is 24/7 basis. That's all, simple point. There is nothing to study beyond this. 24/7 means what, guys? 24 hours in a day and 7 days a week. Correct? That's what we usually tell. So you can remember that. Next question is important. What are the categories? Guys, very important question for exam. How many categories are there in business process? They will ask you in MCQ. What is the answer? 3. They will give what is not the category of business process. Listen carefully. They will give you operational business process, supporting, management, and they will give one more production business process or something. They will ask you to find out the odd man out. So only if you know operational, supporting, and management, it is going to be easy. Guys, how you can remember this? You can remember this with a mnemonics which is called awesome. What is OISM? Operational,
And support.
supportive and management. Easy to remember. Mark this point important. Please write it and keep. At the end of all these one-liners, you will be thorough in EAS. Same thing we will do for SM. Then when you watch the videos for 1 month, and then when you come to crash course, what else do you expect? Less than an exemption. Even if you want also, you will not be able to get less than 60. That's how we should visualize and get. Can you write this? What are the 3 categories of business process? Operational business process, supporting business process, and management business process. Quickly take down, quick. See this OISM I am explaining here. So I am marking this in a different color. OISM I am explaining here. First to write this, then I will tell you the keywords for that. How simple is this subject? It is that simple. The only thing is first we should believe. Finish till 9 and let me know.
Yes.
Done, sir.
Done, very good. Let me wait for others to complete. Awesome is how you can remember this. Guys, this is what we call it as mnemonics, shortcuts to remember the questions easily. There are 25 types of mnemonics in the whole world to make the memory strong. I'm using only one. Remaining 24, we are not directly connecting that with ITSM. We don't need that. There are some 25 to 30 mnemonic techniques. If you see the world memory champion and all, they will try to use all the techniques. Only then they can memorize and make it strong. For us, 1 or 2 is enough.
Done.
You're done? Guys, tell me one thing. Is memory so important for your life?
Yes.
Yes. Is intelligence so important for your life? Both are important. Now, you are intelligent, but one fellow is coming after 6 months. If you ask him, who are you? That's all, he will never come because he was your client 6 months before. You will have to memorize what he wants to talk about. And at least if you remember the name, you should know for what case he came back to you 6 months before. You should not come back, hi, how are you? How are you doing? Tell me what is your problem. No, you should not ask. You should remember what the client's problem is. Only then you will have a connect. If you say, sir, I remember last time you came for capital gain calculation, right? So how is that? Did you get any capital gain sum? We have invested that in the National Heavy Electricals, correct? So National Electrical Corporation. So did you get that amount? I think you should be getting by June or July, right? Did you get that amount? That is the level of thing that you will have to remember when you talk about the client and remembering. So concept is important, intelligence, equally memory is important. So for you to improve your memory, we are using a shortcut called mnemonics. So you should remember, you should have both. Correct? Memory will, some people says, even if you're not intelligent, that's okay. But if you memorize something and if you are able to tell that same thing after some months, it is going to be strong. But for that, you know what we should improve? Our permanent memory. What you guys have, temporary memory only. Now, if I am not revising like this and repeating it again and again, what will happen? On Wednesday, when I ask you a question, you will say, I studied it somewhere, but I do not know where. What happens? Everything has gone to temporary memory. Now, psychologically, when you study something today, within 9 hours, you should study it again. They are saying this because it will go and sit in your permanent memory. So only I am revising and visualizing and telling you story, that, this and all, so that it is automatically going and sitting in your permanent memory. So first understand the body and mind. Okay, guys, I'll also tell you one thing. I have opened a Telegram channel. I have started a Telegram channel on psychology. Because here I cannot speak more psychology. We need to complete EISSM, correct? If I start talking about body and mind and all, that's all, you will be like pissed off. I will also not speak. I will also not speak because I know from where I should come, what I should speak in the class. But continuously, if I take EISSM for 2.5 hours, you are gone. That also I know. So I speak here and there, come back here and there, and then come back to the topic. So if at all you wanted to be joining that psychology podcast, I can help you by sharing. When you come back to me separately, don't ask me in the group because it becomes a spam. If you are very interested. Now, till now, what and all I have done is some 4 or 5, I will do it more. Conscious versus subconscious, how to remove fear, how to be successful in life, all these things. What is that you should do on an exam day? All that I have prepared as a podcast. It will be really helpful. I do not know if somebody has subscribed before. Anybody who is here listening to that podcast? Aishwarya is doing, okay. Venkatesh is doing. So from my side, yes, Vishnu is doing. So yes, Harishma also is there. So I think it should definitely help. May not be today, but when you are stuck somewhere, when you listen to that podcast, it should definitely help you. Why I am telling you this is, first we should also understand the body and mind so that you know what you are doing. Okay, now guys, I spoke all the stories now. Now let's come back. How many categories of business process?
3.
3. Very good. How did you remember?
OS.
Awesome. OSM. Correct. What is O? Operational. What is S?
Supporting.
Supportive. What is M? Management process. Now, operational business process is otherwise called what? Next MCQ.
Primary.
Operational business process is otherwise called what? Primary. Supportive is otherwise called what?
Secondary.
Guys, see how many MCQs I am indirectly covering. I told one-liner, but all this can be asked in the examination. Now you know the importance of why I wanted to break this whole chapter. Operational process is otherwise called
Primary process.
primary process. Supportive process is otherwise called
Secondary.
secondary process. Operational or primary process deals with the dash and dash. Core business and value chain. Core business means what? Main activity. Now I'll ask you one question. We have HR department. Listen carefully. Listen. We have HR department. We have research and development. We have finance and accounting department. In these 3 departments, what is so important? What is primary? What is secondary?
Finance and accounting.
Finance and accounting is primary. What is secondary?
HR.
HR and R&D. Tell me why.
Finance and accounting is very basic. It's a requirement.
Basics, correct? You cannot run an organization without finance and accounts. But can you run an organization without R&D? Definitely yes. Definitely yes. The point is that's called primary. So core business and value chain. Guys, value chain means what? You guys are doing. Now let's take for an example. I asked Madhu what he is doing for the whole day. Okay, he will tell whatever he is doing for some 14-15 hours because remaining hours he will sleep, correct? I am asking 15 hours what you did. Will he tell everything as a primary process? What is your primary process? I am asking Madhu now. What is your main business or process, or what is the main activity that you do on a particular day? Madhu, can you tell me?
It's studying only, sir.
Studying only. Okay. What are the secondary process you do?
Playing, eating.
Playing, eating, bathing, all these things. Now I'll ask you one question. Is studying only important? Bathing, eating, playing and all is not important? That is also important. Only based on that secondary process, sometimes the primary process will run. If you don't eat, you will faint. Correct? Madhu cannot say my primary process is studying. I don't mind even if I am not eating 2-3 sessions. For some people, eating only is primary process. Studying CA is secondary. Aishwarya was thinking only that all this time. Okay, I could totally understand from her mind wise. The point is, what is primary? What is secondary? Now, secondary also is important, but primary and secondary will make the chain value chain. Are you understanding what I'm saying? Value chain is equal to primary activity plus secondary activity or supportive activity. Are we clear? Guys, are you getting the concept strong? This
Yes.
only in costing, you will study it as value chain analysis. Have you studied joint and byproduct costing?
Yes.
What
Yes,
does that mean, guys? What does that mean? What is more important, joint or byproduct?
Joint product.
Joint, but the byproduct is waste.
It's also
It
second.
is also important, but you should know what is primary and secondary. Don't you think so? I'm just connecting with costing. I am not that fluent or I am not that expertise like Hari sir, but still I'm just trying to connect with what you know. You guys know better costing than me, correct? So I'm just telling you for an example, what is more primary and what is secondary. You should know what is more core business and you should know what is going to be secondary business. So core business is primary, secondary business can be anything, but it will be back end. We call this as front end and back end, correct? Front end is what? Core. Back end is what? Helping the front end, correct or not? Guys, that's what we should try to remember. See the point here. Operational business process represents essential business activities. What is more important? Supportive. It is called back core process. I told you just now that is front end, this is back end. Management means it will manage the front end and the back end by doing three things: monitor, measure, and control. Whether it is running properly or not, they will try to check. Easy to remember? Yes. So can you write these keywords alone for this? Write only for keywords for this. I am not asking you to write everything, guys. I am only asking you to write which are so important. Please take down this. Operational is otherwise called primary. Primary will deal with core business and value chain. Write everything. Write everything. Mark it important. Quick, quick, quick. Do this. Let's go to the next level once you are done. So quickly finish this and then I'll go to the business process automation. Let's make the basics strong, guys. Only if you know the basics, you can go and cover the other questions. If the foundation is not strong, I don't think you will be able to construct a building. So please do that. Make your foundation so strong. Finish this and let me know. I am not speaking now. From the next class, I will improve the speed. Today only we are in the basics, so I am going so slow.
Done.
Super, very good. Shall we go to the next level? If everyone is done, yes. No.
yes,
We completed what is business process. Now we are going to go and see what is business process automation. Guys, automation means what? Simple. Tell me in simple words, automation means what?
technology.
Sorry, ecology. Okay. So that means
Without
technology.
manpower.
When we wanted to say technology, manual activity will be more or
Without
machine related
manpower.
activity will be more?
Machine related.
Machine related activity. That means there will be no manual activity.
It will include, but
There
lesser.
will be, correct. So minimal manual activity, more of machine related activity. Now we have washing machine. Correct. Do you have a manual activity?
Yes.
Yes. What is that?
You have to switch on the button.
Switch on, correct? Okay, then put the clothes.
Put the clothes in.
Correct. And then you will have to open up the tap and then powders that this comfort, whatever you do, then automatically it will drain and it will give you a signal that it is done with the process, and then you will finish the remaining as an output. Correct. It is not, though you say fully automatic, still you have some manual activity, correct or not? So if you don't write the program, how it will work? Correct. So the point is, they are saying technology enabled automation of activities. So the keyword you will have to remember is what? This and all you don't need to write, guys. This and all is basics. We would have studied this from the school. So you don't need to write all this. Technology enabled to accomplish a specific function which can be implemented for how many functions? Many different functions. Each department can have one technology. That's not the important question. See what I'm marking here. I am marking this important. What are the factors affecting BPA success? Now, guys, do our institute, what is our institute? ICAI, correct? Do our institute do automation? Yes. So many automations you can try to remember. Why to keep that? You can try to remember ICAI itself as your answer. What is I? Integrity. What is C? Confidentiality. What is A? Availability. What is I? Internal control and timeliness. Are you getting ICA easily? Most important question for MCQ. They'll ask you which of these are not the factors, which of these are the factors. Now see what I'm doing. I am going to color all this in a different color. Now can you tell me why? Because all these are BPA related questions. BPA related one-liners. So I am marking this in yellow color. Now, can you write down this? What are the factors of BPA? Answer is what? ICAI. I am not giving this in order. You can write in order. Integrity, confidentiality, availability, and internal control and timeliness. For all this, we should write the notes and expansions later. Quickly write this and let me know.
Yes.
Done, sir.
Very good. Now, shall we go to the next level? If you are done, process to be automated. What are the process you should automate? First, heavy volume, high volume. If you automate, don't you think it will save time? Yes. So the first thing is heavy volume and repetitive task. You should automate. Now that's why I'm saying, guys, don't study alone. Write it and keep. Because you are reducing the repetitive task. Once you write, you don't need to do it. Don't you think you should do for automation also? Yes. Second point, requiring multiple people to execute tasks. You don't need to do that. If you automate the process, you don't need multiple people. You need one or two. So the point is, requiring multiple people to execute tasks is not required when you wanted to do automation. It is time sensitive. Guys, in corporate and all, we will create macros in Excel. It is one automation. What will take 4 days, it will get completed in 2 or 3 hours. How much is the time saving? Correct. So the perspective is what? The perspective is time sensitive. It is so sensitive. So I will mark this. Need for compliance and audit trail. Without documentation and automation, how will you comply? Compliance procedure. Guys, in auditing, you will study a concept called TCWG. To those charged with governance. That means what you should have, the compliance procedures has to be prakka. So for you to comply an audit trail means flow of audit activities. Trail, not trial. It is TRAIL. And all these things, beyond all these things, It will have a significant impact on the process and the system. Important question to be remembered, but not worth writing. Question to be important, but you can see heavy volume, repetitive task, multiple people will be usually there. Now you don't need it. Time sensitive, depends on whether you are going to work for 4 hours hard or 4 days hard or 2 hours smart. It depends on your comfort. Compliance is important, audit trail and significant impact is there. Now you also have challenges. What are the challenges? Automating the redundant process. Redundant means what, guys? Redundancy. They are
Being
saying
repetitive.
unnecessary. Sorry, come back.
Being repetitive.
Repetitive, correct? When something is repetitive and it is not going to be of so much value, it is unnecessary. And if you repetitively do, there can be various departments who can automate the same process. It is waste of time. So don't do that. Next, sometimes defining a complex process, it is better to be silent rather than to go and automate and create a problem. Simple example, income tax website. Correct? How much crores we are spending? What is the crore amount that they are spending for the new income tax portal?
4,200.
4,200 crores. 1 crore means how many zeros will come? 7 zeros will come. 4,200 crores. So the point is, doing automation is important. I am saying Digital India. I am supporting the Prime Minister. I am supporting the Finance Minister. I am doing all sort of things. I am not against or for anyone. I am not in the Facebook shouting against Modi or shouting against Pappu. All this I am not doing. Correct? Everybody is doing their own job. I don't fight and go and say who is best, Rajinikanth or Kamal Hassan, who is best, Vijay Sethupathi or Shiva. All this fight and all I don't do. I am not for or against anyone in this world. But the point is very simple. If you automate, it should reduce your capacity.
Burden.
Reduce your capacity means don't overload. If the automation is creating a problem after investing this much amount of crores, then we will have to wait. But patience is virtue. Correct? Sometimes you will have to be patient. Sometimes you need not be or you cannot be. So I do not know whether we will have to be patient on waiting for the new income tax portal to work hard, or I do not know. Maybe if it is all fine, if Infosys only is taking up, right? If Infosys is doing a better job and trying to do it, who knows, it can be an even more better portal. But the point is, complex process shouldn't be even more complex after automation. Correct? So that's the most important thing we should try to remember. Next, staff resistance. You don't need staff at all when you do business process automation. Even the cleaner will be able to click one button so that the macro will automatically start. You don't need to have an engineer once it is created. Correct? Staff resistance, implementation cost. Sometimes it is too much costly. Just now I told you 4,200 crores. Implementation cost is enormous, heavy. What you guys will do when you have 4,200 crores? Half of them will die in heart attack. Correct? So half of them will not know what to do with 4,200 crores. Correct? Like Arunachalam movie, 30 days I will give you 30 crores, it become 3,000 crores. Correct? Like that we will be like spending aeroplane, so all these things you do, you become dawn of the world. So all these things. Now what I'm talking about is implementation cost when it is heavy. That becomes a challenge. See here, they are not saying it is a disadvantage. It is a challenge. Now it is a challenge for us to accept the income tax portal. Maybe it will take time. I am not saying for or against, but still it will have an enormous cost for implementation. Are we clear? So these are the challenges that you try to have. Now, what we should know is these are the main one-liners that we have for business process automation. There are some other questions also, but it is not forming part of the one-liner. We will try to cover that in the next class. Are we clear? Time is already 9. Correct? So we need to be knowing that if at all you do not know that it is already 9 o'clock, that means class is going good. If you see the watch 450 times within 2.5 hours, that means I am making it really boring with the class. Correct? So I hope you do not know that it is 9. I know that you have office after this. So what I will do, I'll exactly stop here. We'll reopen again in the next class and cover the remaining things. I'm not going to be in this slow because we are dead slow. We are like a snail slowly going, but basics we need to be strong. So I am taking you slowly. Next class and all, we will shift the gears. We will make it even more stronger. And tuck, 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 we will be able to do. From next class, I will ask someone to read this. So when you read this, by the time I'll underline the keywords so that it will save time. Business process automation we'll do from next class. Okay, so who has a better signal will read this. So tuck, 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 we'll be able to do that and do it better. Are we
Okay.
clear? Shall we stop here? So